Eve Simpson. Oh, Jessica. Jessica, I just now made a mental note to let you know that Liza Adams decided to sell her house to Wilton Tibbles at a very handsome price.
Congratulations, Eve. I know how much that means to you. Well, now, I hate to tell you my news.
I'm listening.
Well, you're right. Or I should say you were right. The house is about to fall apart. And the building inspector just called me.
Oh. And I'm sure he had something terribly amusing to say about it.
Well, he said that the fireplace in the den was in danger of collapsing. If that strikes your funny bone.
Oh, droll.
So, if you will, please, Eve, tell all the interested parties that the house will be closed until the fireplace is completely restored.
I'm sure that everyone will be just as pleased as I am. Bye.
Bye.
Now that is what I call tossing the fat into the fire. Looks like you were right, Miss Fletcher.
How could you possibly know?
Best thing to do with that brick is to put it on the table.
This really doesn't prove that I had anything to do with the murder, you know.
Oh, I'm afraid it does, Mr. Andrews. You see, it proves you were in the house on the night of the murder. If you hadn't seen that sampler, you wouldn't have known where to look. You were frustrated at not being able to see the house, so you let yourself in as you did tonight. You probably found the sampler while you were looking for the way to the den. Being a cryptographer, you recognized the simple code at once and were able to break it quickly. Benny must have surprised you before you had a chance to remove the brick. He was a very excitable person. The poker was close at hand, and you used it to keep him quiet. You must have felt certain that you could return later, so you fled, taking the sampler with you, making sure that no one else could learn its secret.
A fanciful theory, Mrs. Fletcher. But I'm prepared to swear I knew the location through other sources. Won't wash, I'm afraid.
Then here's something that will. Last night when I brought you here, it was dark in the den. I left you when the doorbell rang, and you came into the dark room. I had only taken a few steps when the den lights flashed on. It didn't occur to me until today that you said you'd never been in this room before. But it took you less than 5 seconds to find an obscure light switch in the dark.
And the lights were on when I came in.
Stupid mistake. I was in too much of a hurry to make sure it was still there.
The gold.
Gold? My God, do you really think I'd take all these risks for mere gold?
I think the treasure that Mr. Andrews was seeking is paper. A letter from the past, I suspect, some sort of document.
Please, Sheriff, humor me. I only want just one look at the contents of that hiding place.
Well, I guess it can't hurt. I am kind of curious about it myself.
If my theory is correct, this document will prove that General Arnold was under the direct orders of George Washington when he surrendered West Point to the British.
What does it say?
Well, who wrote it? Was it Benedict Arnold or George Washington?
Benedict Arnold's mistress. It's a rather angry account of how General Arnold betrayed not only his country, but his mistress as well with one of her maids.
How ironic. Seems that I, too, was betrayed by Benedict Arnold.